whiskey web and whatnot, we are going to be very heavy on the whiskey side today and less on the web, possibly still some whatnot. We shall see. So
I'm
yeah,
only
if
here for
you're
the whatnot. So
just wanted to have a disclaimer. If you're looking for a lot of tech content, this one's not for you. But if you're into whiskey, definitely stick around. We got a lot of cool insights from our special guest today, Clint. How's it going?
Good. How are you guys doing today? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, doing well. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Can you please tell the folks at home, give them a few sentences about who you are and what you do?
Yeah. So my name is Clint Spotleson, otherwise known as Spotty around the bar world, but so feel free to use that if you want to. I am the global advocacy manager for Sagamore Rye whiskey, and then I help run trade advocacy for the rest of the DC Rental portfolio in the U.S. So,
no, very sweet.
Nice.
which
I
we're
mean,
part of.
Any of our regular listeners know why you're here because we're big fans of the Sagamore brand. We've been evangelizing it for years. It's always kind of our baseline go-to when we're doing ratings against other ryes, and sometimes other whiskeys in general.
I'm excited to be here. I know you kind of led it off with it when we were talking previous, so really happy to get to go a little bit deeper and kind of fill in any blanks or any questions or just tell a couple really fun stories today.
Yeah.
A bunch of
Yeah.
whatnots. I'm
All of-
actually not
all
here
of
for
the
the whiskey
above.
either, so just for the whatnots, so.
Yeah, it turns out you know about it. So,
Yeah.
there is that
Yeah.
aspect.
Well, we will at least drink the whiskey. We have this fancy, I don't know if this is focused or not. There we go.
There it is.
It looks like it's all right.
I was expecting just a sample, so I was pleasantly surprised to receive this. Thank you very much. This is a Manhattan finish, and usually we have notes about the whiskey, but I figured you would know a lot about it, so I'm going to let you tell the
Yeah.
folks what the whiskey is.
No, so first things first, I was gonna just send a sample bottle originally, and my Amazon order for the bottles got lost, so I had to think on the fly. And you're welcome.
So thank you,
Enjoy.
Amazon, for being slow.
It wasn't slow. It actually got left in a weird location, and somebody took the package. So
Oh, wow.
womp,
Okay.
yeah, so I couldn't replace it in time. So I had to think fast. And the weird part was I shipped this Monday. Today's what, Wednesday?
Yeah.
I shipped it Monday morning.
That's pretty solid.
And so when you
Yeah.
got it Tuesday morning, I was pretty amazed. It was like, wow, overnight, really.
This is a shout
was-
out to FedEx. I'm
No,
guessing.
this is actually USPS.
USPS.
Whoa.
Yeah. FedEx actually promised a later date than the post office
Which
did.
is
So
very strange. This
Yeah.
is I want to regress for 1 second, and we have a little special shout out to the only time that I've ever heard Robbie say thank you, Amazon. He's a former employee, current, right? Yeah, so he's a former / current employee. I don't even know the time.
Hey, I'm there
I know
until Friday.
oh,
yeah.
I don't know.
congratulations.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I
it's
left
voluntary.
voluntarily. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just making sure.
Yeah, it's
Like-
the weird
Yeah.
times we're in, so that's
Yeah, you never know.
worthwhile noting. Did we talk about the whiskey
No,
stuff?
we have
though?
not. So
Okay,
we
let's
should
cover
definitely
that
should.
first.
So this is our Manhattan finish. One of my favorites. This is actually, I think, of all the barrelings I've tried, especially stuff we've done the last couple of years, this is probably my favorite bottle we have. So that's why I want to talk about this one today. It's our base, our base juice that we always do the same thing, the high rye, low rye, separated, for distillation, blended together, bottling. But this one we blended together, and Ryan Norwood, our master distiller, decided he likes to get playful at times. And so he had a really kind of funky idea and went with it. So it's not what a lot of people think, where they think this was, like a Manhattan cocktail was done in a barrel and then finished that way. Picture a pizza pie.
Okay.
So what we did was we took this 8-slice pizza pie, and we put roughly, 5 of the slices into sweet vermouth barrels. We put 2 of the slices into cherry brandy barrels, and then the very last slice we put into a regional whiskey aged bitters barrel. That, if you know anything about bitters in the U.S., that's the one brand, especially tasting it, if you know it, you can figure out pretty quick. We don't have a name on the sweet vermouth, but what we did was we aged them all and then built a Manhattan out of it. So
That's kind of
various
cool.
components of it.
So it's a deconstruction of a Manhattan flavor profile and done in that way, and then put back together at bottling. That's actually pretty clever. That's some like Jose Andreas, like kind of clever stuff.
Yeah. Gives you a
Ryan
lot more
definitely got
control.
Yeah, so it was, and obviously the aging changes all across the board because you're gonna have those bitter barrels. I mean, they will impart flavor in days. They'll just
it takes like nothing.
nothing at all to get those going. The cherry brandy, you'll pick it up, and the cool thing is you actually see each flavor as you go through it.
Yeah,
but the sweet vermouth definitely takes some time. They've been sitting for a while, larger barrels, so it takes a little longer to extrapolate that flavor. So
yeah, it's almost syrupy, more syrupy in that way.
Yeah.
I'm getting strong
cherry.
smell of the cherry is strong. It's like specifically for me, it's like a cherry sweet tart smell.
Ooh,
Like,
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, almost a little bit of that like sour,
Yeah.
like in the
yeah,
smell on the nose.
I've always felt like one of the big on the nose, one of the big palates you find with Sagamore, it tends to be like a cherry cola.
Yeah,
And I think that gets accentuated heavily in this whiskey.
nice. Robbie didn't mention enjoying this from our norlandglass.com glasses.
yeah.
Those are great glasses.
Norland glasses from
Norland.
norlandglass.com. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, they're pretty cool because we've because they're a Glencairn and they're double walled, and so your fingers don't warm it up if you're
Yeah.
like super nerdy like that.
Yeah.
This is,
I like to pretend that I am, but it's all a farce.
this
Yes.
is fun. So what was that sponsor one more time?
Norland Glass.
Norland Glass. I'll probably shoot a text to find out afterwards. 'Cause
Yeah,
I really
yeah.
like
No
these. These are
worries
cool.
there.
Yeah.
He's got the clear one. I get the blackout ones. I don't know.
Yeah.
Almost like
Let's
the
give it a
blackout
little
ones because
taste.
you can hide how much is in the glass.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you got family around, they don't know how much you're actually drinking.
You
Yeah.
absolutely just called out why I got the blackout ones, and I didn't want to be perceived as an alcoholic, but most people know that that's absolutely true. But yeah, I don't want my wife
Yeah.
to know how much is going in here.
I mean,
right?
I would say this maybe holds a drink tops. It's like
Yeah.
maybe one pour.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. This is
definitely it's a very shallow.
yeah.
glass.
If you put it to the just about the top, you're looking at 2.5
Yeah.
ounces.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
that's
falls under whatnots right here.
yeah, exactly.
Everything is one pour if you don't stop pouring. So
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's true. This is very smooth,
Wow.
very tasty.
It's
Mhm.
one of my,
Um,
one
I
of my
have
all-time favorites with us by far.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for bringing the bottle over because oh yeah, I think you're taking that one back though.
We'll see. I might
yeah.
believe it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. We'll see how much we get in
Yeah.
here first. So yeah, definitely get a lot of cherry cola
Mm-hmm.
initially. I mean, I gotta say, I've had plenty of barrel aged Manhattans and nothing's really like blown me away
Mhm.
more than just a cocktail mixed one per se. But this, yeah, I think this is good. This is very interesting. This is like would have, although hard to get. So
Yeah. So this one was one that we were doing annual for a while, and we've recently pivoted with the brand, and we're gonna start pulling back a little bit on a lot of these limited releases. We're gonna still feature them at the distillery. So if you're in Baltimore, always check out the distillery tours. We do tours Wednesday through Sunday. But in our gift shop, we'll have a lot of fun stuff like this.
Yeah.
Right now is just I think we've realized as we've been growing that we need to put a huge focus on the core three within
Yeah.
the family. So we're gonna push heavier on those, and we're still. This will probably be. I think Manhattan we've talked about maybe once every 2 years, still releasing.
Yeah.
To a pretty decent, which gives us some time to experiment a little bit more too. So
Very nice. Well, this
Yeah.
is the I don't know if you have any more flavors to add, Robbie, or
I've been very influenced by the cherry cola. I am
I
getting a lot of
know.
cola.
it has a ton of like a cherry Pepsi or like not like cherry Coke per se,
Yeah.
because I feel like that always has a lot of high acidity.
Did
This
you have
definitely
the
has more syrup?
Did you guys ever have that? I think it was by Pepsi. It was like 1889 or something. It was like
I
their like
remember
old
seeing it. I
school.
don't think I ever tried it though. Yeah.
No.
It was
don't.
like actually made from just like cola nut and like seltzer water or something. Like, old school cola would have been. And this tastes a lot like that. Like, the actual cola flavor is not the new like corn syrupy. Like it's not like
Right.
more
Yeah.
like old school cola, I would say.
No cocaine though, right? Unfortunately.
Not anymore. I mean, I think a lot of people did that back in the day. But
Yeah, a little extra, little throwback.
Give you your pep you needed.
Yeah, exactly. It's, caffeine just doesn't cut it for me
Yeah.
anymore. So
It's
that's baselining. I'm trying to go next level. All right, so this is the part where we do a rating. We have a highly technical rating scale from 0 to 8 tentacles. We start at 0 because we're software people and we think we're funny. 0 is obviously terrible. 4, middle of the road. 8, clear the shelves. We do try to like kind of categorize though and segment often, and so this maybe is in around like with flavored whiskeys or something. I don't know, finished or flavored whiskeys. It's still the rye, but I don't know. You do
Yeah.
you.
I
guess.
would say when we pitch it out, it's definitely still considered a rye because
Yeah.
it's just picking up. It's the same thing as doing a like a port barrel finish, anything
Yeah.
like that. It
Yeah,
just
it's
happens to be
true.
3 really unique barrels being used for it. So
Yeah, that's a fair point. So we'll consider it like that. I'm gonna put Robbie on the spot and make him go first.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret that I love all Sagamore products. I haven't found one that I don't like yet. I would kind of describe Sagamore similar to like Buffalo Trace in that it's like very approachable and not insanely expensive, but like just like you basically can't get anything anywhere close to this good for the price. This one is no exception to me. I hesitate to give anything an 8, but like
You're
it'd be
not.
close.
You don't
I'm
have
gonna
pressure.
yeah.
Yeah, there's no pressure at all. So I'm staring at the screen.
Yeah. Um I think I'm feeling a 7. It's very good. I don't have anything bad to say about it. I just never really give much an 8.
That's fair.
Yeah.
In that same vein, well, what I do have one question. What's MSRP on this?
When we had it on shelves, when you can find it, and again, I'm more on the marketing side, so sales kind of hit or miss on that. I would say you can find it anywhere on shelves from I've seen it as low as 45, I've seen it up to
Whoa.
70. So
Yeah.
it kind of is in that mix, you know. It's looked as an LTO. I mean, we had a lot of volume early on, and I think now that because we were, like I said, originally we were planning on keeping it as a regular part of the rotation. Now that we've pulled it back, you're starting to see the prices skyrocket a little bit more and people picking it up. I mean, I think for us, the local liquor store right down the street here that we both talk about a lot, Trevor's,
Yeah,
I don't even think they have it anymore, if I recall. I think they've actually sold out now. So
that would make sense. That place goes through a lot of volume. So,
like 2 barrels with them in like 3 or 4 months, I think already. It's
what would you give it on our 0 to 8 scale for you?
For me, I mean, for the whole family, this is, like I said, this is one of my favorites. I've had this is a hard one because you're asking me to pick a favorite child right now,
Yeah,
which is never great.
yeah,
This one I think is kind of the creative one. Excels well, you know, in school. Not the best athlete in the family, but you know, creative, can probably do something great in life.
yeah.
I would say this one would be in my mid sevens somewhere, probably like a 7.5, just because it is one of my favorites in the portfolio. And I mean, I've had a chance to try some stuff that we can't even pull. So
Yeah.
there's one or two there. There's one whiskey in our entire portfolio that was a mistake that got done and bottled years ago, and that's like to me the holy grail of our lineup.
Yep.
But from there,
Yeah.
that was a Sauvignon Blanc finish. That was an accident,
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
which sounds crazy because
It does.
every
sound crazy.
Sauvignon Blanc whiskey I've ever had was horrible.
Yeah, it doesn't
This one
sound
was
great.
absolutely unbelievable. Like it somehow just worked. So
Okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
So look for that one somewhere
if you
randomly.
find a bottle of that, we'll put my Instagram up on the screen or something like that.
Yeah.
Find me. It's the only spotty. Tell me where it's at. I will buy it off you because that is, I think, the only bottles left in existence that I know of are at the distillery themselves and not for sale. Like
Yeah. I
legitimately
was
on
gonna
shelf.
say you'd
Like,
almost see where like that maybe didn't make it across the Mississippi.
it
so.
was a it's actually a fun story. So Ryan got a bunch of barrels. There's a local whiskey local winemaker that we grab barrels from. We'll play around with every now and then. And he thought they were all Cabernet Sauvignon, so we started putting whiskey into them, and 2 of them were actually Sauvignon Blanc. Didn't realize it till months later when he was looking at the barrels, going, "Wait a minute, why does that say Sauvignon Blanc?" Oops. And pulled it, and it was, so we only had 2 barrels,
Yeah. Oof.
and it was unbelievable. Like by far one of the craziest tastes I've ever had in my life.
And then there we go. Interesting. Oh, I don't know.
Hmm. Your
Yeah.
camera broke, Chuck.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
So that's all right. Well, I'll focus
Yeah,
on that
I
here
can-
for a
yeah.
second. Yeah, now we're going. Now you see the real behind the scenes. This is what we're going like this right here. Well, I'm going to do my rating really quick anyway. Just so
Well, you
just
should
get the
wait till
audio
you
on that.
can see your face.
Okay, fine.
Just
Oh.
we'll pause here.
Yeah. This is where we do a commercial break for the glass again.
Yeah. Norland Glass.
Norland Glass, the one and only.
Yeah, I think maybe your cord just came out or something
That's what it looks
because
like. Yeah.
it just all of a sudden stopped.
Yeah, like
Just unplug it all, turn your camera off and on, and it'll probably work again.
yeah, I think it looks like the camera.
Yeah. It's still off right now. So yeah.
Oh well, that's that.
You may also need to switch your input back now that if you get it working.
Hmm.
I can't hear you.
Here's where we get to the web part of the conversation today. Troubleshooting camera to computer connections.
Elgato might have gone.
Yeah, and this episode is sponsored by Elgato. Their equipment works 60% of the time, every time.
Every time. Would it be safe to also say Amazon? Thank you, Amazon.
Yeah.
Oh, good times. There we go. And I'm gonna do this. I don't know what to do with my hands type thing.
I guess there's well, there's no point in us continuing to stream right this second. We'll be right back for anyone who's here.